What's going on, YouTube? Chris here. Want to bring you all an update today. A Litecoin right now, we're sitting at $139.80. We're up 0.27%. What we're going to be doing is looking at Litecoin here on the 1-day time frame. What I want to do is piggyback off the last video that we did, and what I want to do here is look at these Fibonacci retracement levels. We're potentially talking about that 0.236, that 0.382, and that 0.5 in the last video, potentially getting down to those areas or wicking down to those areas, potentially looking at some buy options around that 50 moving average. So we're going to dig into all this, guys. We're going to look at the overhead resistance, the support, some moving averages here. And I want to tell you as well, I really appreciate all the people who've been giving me likes and comments and everything for Litecoin. I'm going to continue to do it by itself for videos because everybody's been showing so much love and the videos have been doing so well. So if you like me covering Litecoin individually like this, let me know. That's how we started our channel, and we'll continue to do that from time to time. So I appreciate all the love, and let me know if you did put some buy orders down in some of those lower areas and you picked up some on these longer wicks here. That'd be awesome. And if you did, I'm proud of you. So that's a really good thing. So let's dig into this here. So what we're looking at here, we're going to go from our swing low up to our swing high. And probably for the last week or so, we were looking at these doji candles, high wave candles. We talked a lot about them. And, you know, guys, I took a lot of flack, and that's okay, because that's even what my books say. If you spot things a little bit before other people and you're warning them about stuff, many times they're going to criticize you or critique you. And we got a lot of that when I was warning people up in this area here that the top may be in the local top for Litecoin. We were getting all these candles that were showing signs. You can see this heavy volume as well. So we had a lot of distribution taking place up in this area. And what I was suggesting was potentially putting, you know, buy orders, limit buy orders around that 50 moving average, because many times when we retrace, it comes back to this 50 moving average, and you can see we wick down to it. We even ended up going as low as $110. So if you had bids around $110, you pick some up, and right now you're sitting at 140. That's a nice little play. You know, and that's why it's important to look at these moving averages, and that's why I try to teach people these things, as well as these type of candles at the top. When your RSI is up in the 80s and your stock's starting to cross to the downside, that's when you want to start putting in those trailing stop losses. If you get stopped out, then you can have limit buy orders down on the 50, the 100, the 200 moving average, and you might get lucky. You know, so that's one of the fun things to do as well in this space. But, you know, we always talk about this. If you're a longer term investor, what you want to do is continue to ride this out. And if you get these monstrous dumps like you have, then you add to your position and you keep trying to go until we get into that bear market, which we're not anywhere near yet for altcoins. We still got some time. Like we talked about, guys, I was asking this question, what ending do you think we're in out of 9? I believe we're in the 3rd or the 4th ending for altcoins. I still believe we're going to have one of those massive blow off tops, and it may not happen for a few more months, but eventually we're going to get to that point when things get extremely crazy for altcoins. I do believe it's going to happen, and we just have to be patient, and you have to have your bags ready, add to them. You know, not financial advice, but when you see 25% dumps many times, that's when you want to step in, accumulate some, even if you're just going to play something like this where you had them down at 110, 115, it's back up to 140 today, you made a great profit, get out of there. You know, that's even a play in itself. Many people will do that. But if you're a longer term investor, these are the opportunities to accumulate more. You know, you were okay with buying Litecoin up here at 181, but you're not okay with it down here off the 50 moving average at 100 and say 15 bucks, $118. And that's just the psychology of the market. And what you can see is that we had this really long wick here, so buyers were stepping into that area. And what we're trying to do here is basically hold up above the 0.236. Right now we're having like a doji candle, so indecision down at this area. If we could close today with a doji right here, we'd want follow through tomorrow and see if we could get up through $142 would be overhead resistance, then be up around that 167 is going to be the areas that I'd be looking at here. The RSI now is down around 51, so we have cooled down. The stock's at 25 and 58, so it's nice to see this cooling down. We just need to build a bottom now and see if we can get to the upside. We almost made it down to the 0.382, and that's still a very healthy correction in a move such as this. Guys, we went from about $42 all the way up to $181. We need to realize where we're at here. That's what people don't understand, even with Bitcoin or whatever. I mean, we went up to over $40,000. Yeah, we're going to correct back to $30,000. That's just the name of the game. And that's why I like to try to swing trade this market the best that I can, at least. But if we get into the technicals here and we take a look, on the 1-day time frame, we're looking at a 9 sell, 9 neutral, and a 10 buy. Oscillators, 1 sell, 8 neutral, and a 2 buy. Moving averages, 8 sell, 1 neutral, and 8 buy. And what you can see is the shorter term, the 5 moving average, the 10, the 20, they're all showing sell right now because we're below them. From the 30 to the 200, we're showing a buy signal right now. And then in terms of the oscillators, you can see like the relative strength, the stock, we're very neutral in all those. Momentum's a buy, MACD levels a sell, bull bear power is going to be a buy. And I also would love to know down low, did you guys pick up any around these areas? Did you have any bids off that 50 moving average there? Because if you did at around 116, you're already sitting in a pretty nice profit in that area. But candles will tell you a lot, guys, when you see all this indecision up here. So let's see how many days, just going through this with you. So right here, we basically had a doji candle. This is a high wave candle, a lot of indecision up in this area as well. You can see here, I mean, a lot of indecision back and forth. We went as high as $187 in that day. We were as low as $160, so a lot of indecision there. And then we basically just had our dump. It was dump 30. And you can see these longer wicks at the top too. Many times that'll give you a clue that that local top may be in, and then we're going to have that quick retracement. And typically what we do here, just to give you an example, when we do have these retracements, you want to know how deep they can be. So this one here was 32%. If we go to the next one, so you can kind of predict where they may come and where they may hit. This one's 23% to the downside. Sometimes you just consolidate sideways like over here. This one, we went down 40% at one point, guys. These are the things I want to try to take advantage of. Try to accumulate more and just keep moving, keep going to the upside. That's what we're looking for right now. So I'd love to hear what ending you think we're in right now. Did you catch any of these? What's your prediction here? Do you think we're going to get moving to the upside, or are we just going to move sideways for a little bit? This is going to be a little weaker bounce, then we're going to have another leg down. I'd love to hear your opinion on that. We want to be careful of that as well. So it's important that we have a high volume move today to start getting into some of those higher levels if we're going to make that next move. So back in here, you can see once we hit that 50, we started to get a push back to the upside. Even here, we didn't have a ton of volume. So we want to be aware of that. Over here, we had better volume. So always keep an eye on that volume, guys. That's something I can tell you. So if you get something from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. God bless each and every one of you. Take care, my friends.